UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Rodrigues is a really solid UFC fight night. We got the main event, Gregory Rodrigues, Jared Cannonier, an absolute banger 5-round war that this is going to be, or an early knockout by either guy. It's such a fun fight. We got a prospect in Youssef Zalal taking on a former main eventer many times in Calvalcanti, who's fought the best of the best in this featherweight division and is kind of the gatekeeper right now at 145 pounds. A lot of other prospects, Jose Delgado, Ismael, Bonfim, Nazim, Sadykhov, some great grapplers in Petroski and Viera. In the prelims, we got ranked Angela Hill, prospects Gabriel, Bonfim, Khaos Williams, and Rafael Estevam, who, if you guys don't remember, is undefeated, and his only UFC win is Charles Johnson, who is ranked. This is a really solid UFC fight night for sure. I forgot to mention Elijah Smith and ranked Jacqueline Calvalcanti as well. We are going to be doing a full card prediction for every single one of these fights, of course, on this UFC fight night. If you do want to see all of the things we have to offer with our Burt MMA membership, the gold offer does have early fight news, which I have every weight class and every fighter in there that I know when they're going to be fighting, who some of them are going to be fighting. I have early announcements on main events in the UFC. I got some ranked fighters. I do know when Corey Sandhagen is going to be fighting next. I got a lot of things on that list for when fighters are going to fight before they're even announced to the public. We have all my MMA bets, of course. We got a full ranking system. I rank every fighter in every weight class, not just the top 15, but the entire UFC. We got the best prospect list. If you want to see the best guys and gals outside of the UFC, we got them as well. Then we got the UFC contact list. If you do want to ask any UFC fighter when they're going to be fighting next, we have a contact list on there. So if they're on the list, I can ask them whatever you want me to ask them. So a lot of great perks right there for the Burt MMA membership. So go check it out in the top link down below in the description or that pinned comment down below. So that's what we got for the memberships. Go check it out. It's a lot of great value there. But let's get into it. UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Rodrigues. I don't know how this is the first fight of the night, but let's get into it. Gabriel Bonfim taking on Khaos Williams in the welterweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, again, how is this on the prelims? Khaos Williams, 15-3 as a pro mixed martial artist, still in his prime at 30 years old, 6-2 in the UFC with how many knockouts? Alex Morono, Abdulrazak Al-Hassan, Miguel Baeza, and Carlson Harris. 4 KO wins in the UFC, 3 in round number 1 in like 30 seconds, 27 seconds, a minute 30, and then a round 3 knockout win as well. This dude is crazy good with his power. His only losses to Randy Brown, who's right outside of the top 15, in a fight that could have gone either way, and then Michel Pereira, who's in the top 15 at middleweight. So this is a solid dude in the welterweight division, taking on Gabriel Bonfim, still young, 27 years old, tall and lengthy, and a finisher in his own right, with only 1 decision, his last fight, Ange Lusa. Other than that, 15 wins, only 1 loss. Nicholas Dalby, he got gassed out and got TKO'd. Other than that, submission. Dude is really good on the ground. But Khaos Williams has very good takedown defense against not that good of wrestlers and grapplers. So that's where this unknown in this fight comes into play. Khaos' takedown defense is really good against Morono, Abdulrazak Hassan, Semmelsberger, Baeza, Bedoya, Harris, Michel, Randy Brown. He gets up from takedowns, but none of those guys are really wrestlers and grapplers. We haven't seen the man fight a guy that just goes out there and tries to wrestle and grapple you. So it is really hard to kind of decipher this fight when Khaos hasn't really fought any good wrestlers and grapplers, when Bonfim is that wrestler and grappler. So this is going to be one of those fights where I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I can't be confident either way. This is a 50-50 because of the unknowns that Khaos really hasn't been tested in the wrestling and grappling. I think it could go either way. I do believe Khaos will keep this on the feet. For the most part, he probably gets taken down 1 or 2 times. But again, I don't know. We haven't seen him defend a lot of takedowns in the UFC. I think he defends the takedowns and outstrikes Gabriel Bonfim in a back-and-forth striking affair. Gabriel might land a little bit more volume. Khaos lands more power. I'm going to go Khaos Williams by unanimous decision. Every time Khaos is close to getting a knockout over Bonfim, I think Bonfim's just going to wrestle and survive. I'm going to go underdog, 2-1 underdog, Khaos Williams to go out there and get the decision. Angela Hill and Ketlen Souza in the UFC women's strawweight division. Age discrepancy is insane. 40 years old and 29 years old. It is a 50-50 fight. Betting odds have it 50-50. Prediction-wise, they are going for Ketlen Souza to get the win here. I will just be straight up with you guys. I've already bet Angela Hill here. I got her as an underdog. I didn't know how she was the underdog. I feel pretty decent about Angela Hill. She throws a lot more volume, has better cardio, has better kicks, has more volume, like I'm going to say most of this prediction video. She's got way better volume than Ketlen Souza. Ketlen just has more power than Angela Hill. She's going to come in and just get countered and countered and countered and volumed by Angela Hill, and she's not going to knock out Angela Hill. I'm like 99% sure she's not going to knock out Angela Hill. Angela has never been knocked out. How many fights has she had? Almost like more than 30 fights. And most of those being inside of the UFC, so she's not going to get knocked out. This fight is going to go all the way. Angela Hill is going to stay on the outside and just out-volume Ketlen. She's faster. She's more volume. Better kicks. She's the lengthier fighter as well. She's just going to have Ketlen walking into punches here. I don't know why I feel so good on Angela Hill here. I just do. Ladies and gentlemen, I got Angela Hill 30-27, unanimous decision. Jesus Aguilar taking on a Rafael Estevam. I'll say it right now. I'll say it in my Confident Picks video. Dog or pass. Don't parlay Rafael Estevam. Jesus has a good guillotine coming off that guillotine win over Stuart Nicole. Had the knockout over Shannon Ross. Had another guillotine on the Contender Series. He is a finisher. Very good power in his hands. With good jiu-jitsu when people take him down. Only loss is Tatsuro Taira, who was able to defend those submissions and beat him on top. I do believe Jesus' main path to victory here, keep it on the feet and knock out Rafael Estevam, or catch Rafael with the guillotine when he comes in for the takedown, which I think is very, very, very possible here in the UFC flyweight division, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's a lot shorter, nowhere near as lengthy as Rafael Estevam. I think Rafael's going to stay at range. Jesus is going to try to come in. That's when Rafael's going to mix in the takedowns, get on top, and grind out to a decision. He's 12-0, very good wrestling, very good grappling. I think he defends the submissions of Jesus Aguilar, stays on top and wins. And on the feet, he's going to stay away from the big power of Jesus Aguilar with his height, with his reach. And when he does get in, that's when he's going to wrestle. But again, don't bet Rafael Estevam, because Jesus still has a good chance of getting that submission when he comes in, of actually getting inside Rafael Estevam and landing that big bomb. I just personally think Estevam will stay away from those finishes and win the fight with a wrestling, grappling heavy game plan by unanimous decision. Dog or pass, but I got Estevam by unanimous decision. Valter Walker and Don'Tale Mayes in the UFC's heavyweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, Valter's horrible. Don'Tale Mayes really is not that good either. Valter Walker lost to Lucas Brzezinski, got out-wrestled at points by Brzezinski, and then got outstruck by Brzezinski, who is like 1-5 in the UFC. Then he beat Junior Tafa, who is not at all good on the ground. Was able to take him down and submit him. Now he's getting a massive step up in competition against Don'Tale Mayes, and he's a 2-1 favorite over Don'Tale. Again, Don'Tale's not good. He's 4-5 in the UFC, but the man has good power. Outstruck Josh Parisian, knock him out. Outstruck Andre Arlovsky, knocked him out. Knocked down Caio Machado, beat him on the feet. Only losses are close decisions to Rodrigo Nascimento, a close decision to Augusto Sakai, and then Shamil Gaziev. Shamil wasn't able to dominate that fight. Got 2 takedowns and won a decision. Didn't really dominate that fight though. Other than that, Rodrigo wasn't able to take down Don'Tale Mayes that many times in the rematch. I don't think he actually took him down once, and the striking was really even in that fight. I don't know why he's the underdog. I could be off my rocker right now, but Don'Tale should be the 2-1 favorite. Let's be honest here. He's the better striker. He's lengthier. The height is the same. He's more powerful than Valter Walker. He's got better cardio than Valter Walker, who just has horrible cardio. And wrestling and grappling wise, Valter's not going to dominate Don'Tale on the ground, I don't think. yeah, I feel good about Dante either knocking out Valter Walker on the feet or outstriking him for 3 rounds and winning a unanimous decision. Again, I don't know what's up with the odds here. Again, comment down below. Am I crazy? I think Dante should get this done easily as an underdog. Dante Mays. I'm going to go round 2, round 3, TKO. Elijah Smith and Vince Morales in the bantamweight division, 22 and 34 years old. Insane discrepancy in age right there. The height and the reach going to Elijah Smith as well. Elijah, I will say, is the faster striker. He is good on the ground as well. He's got great takedown defense, good wrestling offense of his own. If he's pressuring you and you are going too much like this, defending the strikes, he will mix in a takedown if he needs to. I don't think that's the game plan here. Do not take down Vince Morales. He will grab your neck and he will submit you. Elijah, I do believe, going to defend the takedowns, make this a 3-round striking affair where he is taller, he is lengthier, he is a faster striker than Vince Morales, and he is, I wouldn't say more powerful. The power is pretty even by both guys right here. But Elijah's cardio, pretty even there. Again, height, reach going Elijah, volume going Elijah. I think that's enough. I think he's going to come forward on Vince. Vince is going to try to wrestle and grapple. That's what he needs to do to win this fight. I think he defends. I think this stays on the feet. I'm going to go Elijah Smith, 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27 for the unanimous decision. Julia Avila taking on Jacqueline Calvalcanti. 4-1 seems a little much, but I think she wins. She is taller. She is lengthier than Julia Avila. She's got much better striker than Julia. Good kicks, leg kicks and body kicks. She's got good boxing, a good jab and a right straight down the middle. Julia is decent on the ground with her wrestling and grappling, but Jacqueline's got good takedown defense. Julia isn't very active. She fights very, very infrequently in this bantamweight division. I think Jacqueline defends takedowns, keeps this fight on the feet, and just comes forward. Comes forward and volumes Julia Avila for 3 rounds. I'm going to go 30-27. She's a much, much better striker than Julia Avila. Again, taller, lengthier, better kicks, better boxing, way younger. We didn't even talk about that. 27 to 36 years old. Jacqueline should be able to win this fight. Only way Julia wins is if she's able to get that takedown and just stick Jacqueline on the mat for 3 rounds. I don't think that happens. I got this fight going all the way. Jacqueline by unanimous decision. Andre Petroski, Rodolfo, Viera in the middleweight division. I'm going to say it right now. 3-round striking fight. 3-round striking fight. Height, reach, even. Age going to Andre Petroski a little bit. Both on 2-fight win streaks in the middleweight division. Both, they were wrestling and grappling to get the wins. Andre out-wrestled and out-grappled Dylan Budka. And Josh Friend Viera out-wrestled and out-grappled Cody Barundage, as well as Armin Petrosian. So, we got 2 wrestlers, 2 grapplers that like to take you down, like to dominate you on the floor, and submit you or dominate you to a unanimous decision. Yeah, we've seen this many, many times before. 2 good wrestlers, 2 good grapplers. What are they going to do? They're going to strike. They're going to strike. When neither of them have like a distinct advantage over the other, they're going to strike. They are going to strike. And ladies and gentlemen, the striking is really, really even as well. The striking is really, really even as well. Petroski has good body kicks, good leg kicks. His boxing is not amazing. Viera's got good leg kicks, but not really much of a body kicker. He'll land them every now and then, but they're not that good. Petroski's a better body kicker. Viera's a better leg kicker. And then Viera's a little bit better of a boxer. Power is pretty even, but Viera's a better boxer. He's got good jabs. He's always on the back foot, moving and moving and moving and moving. And then sticking you with a jab or a 1-2 or landing a right straight to the body. Petroski lands a body shot here and there as well. It's a very, very even fight. I literally think it could go either way. 29-28 split decision. I really want to pick Petroski because it's going to be another underdog bet or prediction. But I have to go Viera. I think his boxing is just a little bit better. Kicking-wise, it's very, very even. Again, Petroski's got a good body kick. But his leg kicks aren't really there. Viera's got a good leg kick, but Viera's got better boxing. He's got a better jab, and he's on the back foot. Petroski's on the front foot. Viera's just gonna boom, moving, and he's gonna walk Andre Petroski into that jab, into that right straight. I don't think it's gonna be dominant. It's not gonna be a clear win for Viera. Very close, 29-28. I'm gonna go Viera to win that one on the scorecards. Edmen Shahbazyan and Dylan Budka in the middleweight division. Winner stays, loser goes. I think one of these guys should be cut after this fight. They're both young. I think both of them could rebound themselves on the regional scene for sure. But I got Edmen Shahbazyan winning. He's a 3-1 favorite. I mean, I don't know. It's so hard to ever bet Edmen Shahbazyan because he's so inconsistent. But the guys that he's inconsistent against are Nasruddin Imavov, Anthony Hernandez, and then Gerald Meerschaert. Gerald, he was winning, outstriking him. Then he got gassed out a little bit and got submitted in the later rounds. I think he's a much better striker than Dylan Budka. Dylan really is not that good anywhere. He's just meh everywhere. But Edmen is a much better striker. I think he outstrikes Dylan Budka here, keeps the fight on the feet. That's the only way Edmen loses, is when the guy is able to get him down, crucifix him, ground pound him, submit him. That's the only way Edmen loses. Dylan's not going to out-wrestle him, out-grapple him. It's hard to outstrike Edmen Shahbazyan unless you gas him out with the wrestling and grappling. He's not going to out-wrestle and out-grapple Edmen. This is a tailor-made matchup for Edmen. I got Edmen by knockout. Let's go round number 2. Round 1, I think he rocks Dylan. Round 2, he rocks him again, and then TKOs him. Edmen Shahbazyan, round 2, TKO. Jose Delgado and Connor Matthews in the UFC's featherweight division. Jose a lot younger, 26 to 32 years old. Height and reach going Jose Delgado. Very tall, very lengthy for the weight class there. Prediction-wise, they are confident in Jose Delgado. I'm not necessarily confident, but I don't see there's too many paths to victory for Connor. On the feet, he's not as powerful as Jose. Jose hits harder than Connor Matthews. Jose lands more volume than Connor Matthews. He's taller and lengthier than Connor Matthews. You know, wrestling and grappling wise is very, very even. If there's a way to win, I think Connor's probably got to wrestle and grapple, but I don't think he's going to be able to win in that facet of the game, let's be honest. So where is Connor going to win? Connor's not a finisher. Good decision win, got a submission win over here against 1-2 and an 8-4 guy. I don't think he's going to go out there and submit Delgado or knock out Delgado. So I feel very good. I feel very good about Jose. Again, do I feel 93% confident? No, but I feel very good about Jose. He's a much better striker, pressures forward with some good volume and pressure, boxing, mixes in some kicks here and there. But I just think he's going to use that pressure to come forward, and Connor's not going to be able to come back with his counters because he's not as tall, not as lengthy as Jose. So I think Jose just going to outstrike for 3 rounds. I think wrestling, grappling-wise is going to cancel out. It's going to be a striking match. And Jose is the better striker. I got Jose by unanimous decision. Nazim Sadykhov and Ismael Bonfim. This is a pick'em. A pick'em, in my opinion. Similar age, height advantage going Nazim, reach advantage going Ismael Bonfim. Wrestling and grappling, very, very even. Nazim and Ismael both have good wrestling and both have good grappling. I think Ismael is better early on. Round 1, he'll have the better wrestling and grappling than Nazim. The later the fight goes, Nazim will start to have the advantage more and more. Striking-wise, I think Nazim is a better kicker than Ismael. He's got good body kicks, good leg kicks. Just the overall better kicker than Ismael Bonfim. Boxing-wise, Bonfim is solid, but technique-wise, he's not there. He's very wild, very wild. And if he's able to land, he's able to really land. He's got some good power in his hands. But technique-wise, if Nazim's able to stay out of the way of those big punches of Ismael Bonfim, I think he wins this. Stays away and just able to land the shorter shots, the jabs, the 1-2s. Not the shorter shots, the straighter shots, my bad. And I think he's able to, if he's able to defend the takedowns, keep it on the feet, stay away from those big shots, and keep it straight. Keep it straight. I think he wins. He's going to kick at range on Ismael. And when Ismael comes in with the big shots, Nazim jabbing 1-2 and kicking at range. I think that's how Nazim wins. Am I confident? No, I am not. This is a 50-50 in the lightweight division. I'm going to go Nazim Sadykhov as a dog here. I think he lands those shots straight down the middle, kicks at range, keeps this on the feet, and I think we got another very close 29-28 decision that could go either way. I'm going to go Nazim as another underdog to win it in a very close decision. Youssef Zalal and Calvalcanti in the featherweight division. I'm going to go Youssef Zalal, but like I said on another prediction on this fight card, dog or pass. Dog or pass. Just because Calvalcanti is on a little bit of a skid, 1-4 in his last 5 fights. Let's look at the loss. Let's look at the losses. Max Holloway in a main event. Josh Emmett in a main event, split decision. I personally thought he won that fight, let's be honest. Arnold Allen in a main event where he got injured. And then Aljamain Sterling. Not in the main event, but on the main card, or might have been the prelims of UFC 300. I'm forgetting a little bit there, but these are all championship level guys or main event level guys that he's losing to. The only one that showed that Youssef could go out there and win was the Aljamain Sterling fight. It's been 9 months since then, so obviously Calvin's wrestling and grappling has to have improved since that fight, and has gotten better and better and better. He is taller than Youssef Zalal. He's a better boxer than Youssef Zalal. I'm going to go Youssef to win. Again, I have him winning and out-wrestling and out-grappling Calvin and winning the fight on the floor. But 9 months is a while. 9 months is a long, long time for Calvin Kattar. About 10 months once the fight actually happens for him to just focus on takedown defense, knowing that he's going to fight another wrestler and grappler in Youssef Zalal. I still think Youssef's boxing is getting a lot better. I've seen his training footage. His boxing is getting a lot better. And of course, he's got the wrestling and grappling. I think he is going to be able to get it to the ground. Am I 80% confident? No, I'm not. It's a dogger pass yet again. But I think Youssef should be able to get it down. Pressure him forward with the boxing. He's not going to get dominated by Calvin, but I still think Calvin has better boxing than Youssef Zalal, of course. But Calvin's going to pressure forward, go on the front foot, try to land his boxing combinations. They're going to be tagging each other. Calvin's going to get the better of them. And I think Youssef's going to eventually pressure, get Calvin's back to the cage, mix in those takedowns, get the back and submit Calvin, or do exactly what Sterling did and just grind out to a decision. So I'm going to go Youssef Zalal, round 1, round 2 submission, or a 30-27 unanimous decision. But I don't know what he's been doing. Calvin could have been training those 9 months, wrestling, and he could have really, really good takedown defense here. Let's be honest. We don't know. We don't know what he's been doing. So we shall see. Come Saturday, has his takedown defense improved? We shall see. I'm going to go Youssef Zalal decision 30-27, but don't be surprised if Calvin's able to defend and just outstrikes Zalal ever so slightly and wins the fight on the feet. Jared Cannonier, Gregory Rodrigues in the middleweight division. Of course, I'm going to go Gregory. He's got the better chin. He's got the better boxing. Nah, let's not go that far. Jared's got better boxing, technically, technique-wise, volume-wise. But in terms of this fight and in this fight by itself, who's going to have the better boxing? Yes, Jared, again, technique-wise, will have the advantage. But when Jared lands and when Gregory lands, it's going to be a lot different. Gregory's going to be landing with a lot more of a thud than Jared Cannonier. And Jared's going to be landing on a guy that has a better chin. So when Gregory lands, it's going to look a lot better than when Jared lands in this fight, in my personal opinion. Jared really needs to make this technical. That's what he needs to do. He needs to make this a kickboxing, technical, striking match, and he wins. He's got better volume, better kicks. He makes it a technique fight, he wins. If he makes it a technique fight, he wins. But what is Gregory so good at doing? Not making it a technique fight. He's able to pressure you forward, get your back to the cage, and make you know it's not a technique fight. And you add on the fact that he's just coming forward with big hooks that Jared's got to be really, really worrying about because his chin is shown to not be that good in his recent fights. Khaos rocking him, Imavov knocking him out. His chin is failing him a little bit in these last few fights. So what is Gregory going to be going out there? Throwing those hooks. And Jared's going to be a little bit weary to exchange with Gregory. Then you add on the fact that I haven't even talked about yet. Gregory's wrestling. Took down Dennis Tillinen, got his back and elbowed him to death. Ground and pound TKO. Christian Leroy Duncan took him down and dominated him on the ground with ground and pound of wrestling. He could go out there and actually out-wrestle Jerry Cannonier as well. And if not out-wrestle him, use the wrestling to get inside of the clinch, let go of the clinch, and land elbows. Land the uppercuts and the hooks when he's able to get inside. He's going to be able to use the wrestling to get inside of the range and land those big hooks. So I think there's a lot of things going for Gregory here. The wrestling advantage, the grittiness advantage, the ground and pound that he's going to be able to land if he's able to get the takedowns, the clinch advantage that Gregory has, the power advantage, and the chin advantage over Jared Cannonier. Again, Jared's advantage here is technique, and it's cardio, I guess. We haven't seen Gregory in a 5-round fight, so cardio, technique, and volume. That's what Jared has. Jared has all the things needed to win a decision over Gregory Rodrigues. Does it go to a decision? I think Gregory finishes him before then. But Jared's live. Jared's live. If he's able to make this a non-dog fight, if he's able to stay at range and kind of keep Gregory Rodrigues at his jab and kick range, Jared wins. Jared wins. But I don't think that happens. I think Gregory gets inside, lands a big shot, gets a takedown, ground a pound. Gonna look like Jared's performance over Derek Brunson. Gonna look like that one where he hurts him on the feet a little bit, ground a pounds the heck out of him. I'm gonna go Gregory round 3, round 4, TKO. That is my full card prediction for this amazing fight night, UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Rodrigues. I got Gregory Rodrigues, round 3, round 4, TKO. I got Youssef Zalal, 30-27, unanimous decision. I got Nazim Sadykhov as an underdog by 29-28 split decision. Jose Delgado by unanimous decision. Edmen Shahbazyan, round 2, TKO. Rodolfo Viera, 29-28 split decision. Jacqueline Calvalcanti, unanimous decision. Elijah Smith, unanimous decision. Don'Tale Mayes, round 2, round 3, TKO. Rafael Estevam, unanimous decision. Angela Hill by unanimous decision. And underdog Khaos Williams by a very close decision as well. Our underdogs on this card are Khaos Williams. They are Don'Tale Mayes. They are Nazim Sadykhov. So that's 3 underdogs on the card, and then Angela Hill fight is a 50-50 on the betting odds as well. So we got some underdogs. We got some good predictions here. Thank you guys for watching this full card prediction. And of course, if you do want to see all of this cool stuff right here, the Burt MMA Gold membership, so many great perks. It's actually 5 perks. We added this new one earlier today, the contact list, because I do want you guys to have a relationship with some of these fighters like I have been able to have. I talk to these fighters on a daily basis. If you have any questions for them, let me know by becoming a channel member. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.